So why space crashed and did the capital raise? They are using it mainly for expansion the business. And I don't know why people on the internet don't understand it. These are the opportunities when there's blood on the streets, where the people are absolutely destroying their mouth and talking about the company, how negative it is. Those are the best times to buy. I hope it goes to $5 or even ridiculous to $3. I will buy all your shares, okay? I will buy all your shares if it goes to $3, guys. So why space crashed and did the capital raise? I mean, it was obviously obvious that the stock will crash with such an announcement. This would be clear for every leadership position in space, okay? However, they did it, and let's have a look for what they are using it. They are using it mainly for expansion the business, okay? And guys, I cannot tell enough, and I don't know why people on the internet don't understand it. If you have a company pre-revenue with enough cash for at least 6 quarters, that's about 1.5 years without doing nothing, you have to understand additional funds that increase the speed of becoming a leader in space tourism is the right way to go. If you don't understand this, you must be absolutely stupid. I mean, guys, if you have companies that are losing money, then you want them to invest like crazy. That's just how it is. That's how venture capitalism works. That's like growth companies work. Look at the early days of Amazon, of Tesla. Everybody was the same. They were screaming at the stocks and of these leaders. The companies will go bankrupt. They will never succeed. They burn too much money. They don't make any money, and so on and so forth. So what happened with those companies? Those became the biggest in the world. Now, without even taking these big examples, there's lots of medium-sized companies that did the similar thing, okay? Growing a business needs capital. Okay, capital need to go to work, which end up in human resources that develop or produce a product that will be sold, and then the company gets money. That's how easy it is, okay? So first of all, more money is equally positive, bullish for space, okay? That's how it is right now, okay? They don't generate revenue, so when they get money from investors that are institutional investors, mentioned in the convertible note, those will be constitutional investors, professional investors that do due diligence on space, more than you ever can do, more than I can ever do, and then decide to invest hundreds, millions of dollars into the company. Does it make click or does it not make click? Because if it doesn't make click for you, then please switch off this channel and go away, because this is now for people that want to get long-term wealthy, okay? These are the opportunities when there's blood on the streets, where people shouting on the stocks, on the management, where the people are absolutely destroying their mouth and talking about the company, how negative it is. Those are the best times to buy, okay? I have seen this in my investment career in 2 of my biggest investments. Apple. When the iPhone came out, and a couple of years later, people didn't understand that this is the next big thing, okay? I saw so many people, and I was like, I remember, like 14 years old, 12 years old, I don't know. And I invested, my savings, which was like 3,000 euros, which is like $3.3 thousand, into Apple, which grew tremendously over time. And the second time I saw this, people were absolutely destroying Tesla, and I just put in more money and more money. As cheaper it goes, and more I could buy, which makes me happy. Also now it makes me happy if I can buy more shares at $10, okay? I hope it goes to $5. I really hope it goes to $5 or even ridiculous to $3, okay? I will buy all your shares, okay? I will buy all your shares if it goes to $3, guys. This is how convicted I am, because my average price goes down, and as more it goes up at a later point, maybe already in 2 years, then I will make a lot of money. This is how investing works, okay? So there is another part of this video that I always love to show you guys. Peter Lynch about the falling stock, but this will be towards the end of the video, okay? He's having like a conference, and he's telling you, and maybe you can reflect yourself while you're selling. Now let's talk about the timing. The timing of this is maybe perfect, because think about it. When they have enough money in the bank, they don't want to go to the period, let's say in 1 year from now, and burn money and look like, oh, they didn't have done anything in 1 year, they just burned money and now they need more money. Okay, let's do it now. When there's all this negativity, let's do it right now, once for all, for the next 2 years at least. Okay, let's do it now. Let the stock crash, because the crash is anyway there. You know, you see a rotation between growth stocks going to value stocks. The money goes from growth to value. You see a lot of growth stocks going down because of the rate hikes. So let's do it now, and the stock will even crash to $5, whatever. But we will have so much money in the bank that it will be ridiculous at some point to not invest into this company. By the way, just to mention it one more time, once they receive the $500 million cash, they will have almost $1.5 billion in the bank. If they go to the $5 mark, which would value this company at around $1.5 billion, you will get for your invested dollar $1 in cash on their balance sheet. So that means that all the patents, all the team, all the rights, all the equipment, all the business would value at zero. Okay, basically this would be mind-blowing. Okay, so $5 would be absolutely insane, which would be fantastic. Okay, so this is it. This is how and why they're raising the money. I think it's super bullish. Let me know in the comments below. And now comes Peter Lynch, the investment legend, why falling stocks may be good and why you panic maybe. Have a look.
Is a lot of times people buy on the basis the stock has gone down this much. How much further can it go down? I remember when Polaroid went from 130 to 100. People said, "Here's this great company, great record. If it ever gets below 100, just buy every share." And it did get below 100. A lot of people bought on that basis, saying, "Look, it's gone from 135 to 100. It's now 95. What a buy!" Within a year, it was 18. And this is a company with no debt. I mean, this is a company, it was just so overpriced, it went down. I did the same thing in my, I think my first or second year at Fidelity. Kaiser Industries had gone from $26 a share to 16. I said, how much lower can it go? It's 16. So I think we bought one of the biggest blocks ever on the American Stock Exchange of Kaiser Industries at 14. I said, it's gone from 26 to 16. How much lower can it go? Well, at 10, I called my mother and said, Mom, you got to look at this Kaiser Industries. I mean, how much lower can it go? It's gone from 26 to 10. Well, it went to 6, it went to 5, it went to 4, it went to 3. And now I am fortunate this happened rapidly, or I would probably be still caddying or working at the Stop and Shop, but it happened fast. So I was able to, this was compressed. And at 3, I figured out, there's something very wrong here, because Kaiser Industries owns 40% of Kaiser Steel, they own 40% of Kaiser Aluminum, they own 32% of Kaiser Cement, they own Kaiser Broadcasting, they own Kaiser Sand and Gravel, Kaiser Engineers, they own Jeep, they own business after business, and they had no debt. Now, I learned this very early. This might be a breakthrough for some people. It's very hard to go bankrupt if you don't have any debt. It's tricky. Some people can approach that. It's a real achievement. But they had no debt, and the whole company at 3 was selling at about $75 million. At that point, it was equal to buying one Boeing 747. I said, there's something wrong with this company selling for $75 million. I was a little premature at 16, but I said, everything's fine, and eventually this will work out. And what they did is they gave away all their shares to their shareholders. They passed out shares in Kaiser Cement, they passed out shares in Kaiser Aluminum, they passed out their public shares in Kaiser Steel, they sold all the other businesses, and you get about $50 a share. But if you didn't understand the company, if you're just buying on the fact the stock had gone from 26 to 16, and then it went to 10, what would you do when it went to 9? What would you do when it went to 8? What would you do when it went to 7? This is the problem that people have, is they sell stocks because they didn't know why they bought it, then it went down, and they don't know what to do now. Do you flip a coin? Do you walk around the block? What do you do? Psychiatrists haven't worked so far. I've never seen them running in. The Psychological Psychiatry Fund I've never seen listed for with the SEC to make it through as a mutual fund. So they haven't seemed to help. I've tried prayer. That hasn't worked. So if you don't understand the company, you have this problem when they go down. Eventually, they always come back. This one doesn't work either. People think RCA just about got back to its 1929 high when General Electric took it over. A lot of double knits never came back. Remember those beauties? Floppy disks, Western Union. The list goes on and on. People saying it'll come back. Well, it doesn't have to come back. Here's another one you hear all the time. It's $3. How much can I lose? I've had people call me up saying, I'm thinking of buying this stock at $3. How much can I lose? Well, again, you may need a piece of paper for this, but if you put if you put $20,000 in a stock at 50, or your neighbor put $20,000 at 50 into the stock, and you put $20,000 in at 3, and it goes to 0, you lose exactly the same amount of money, everything. And people say it's 3. How much can I lose? Well, if you put $1 million on it, you can lose $1 million. Just the fact that stock, this may be a reason to research a stock. The fact that stock is 3 down from 100 doesn't mean you should buy it. And in fact, short sellers, people that really make money in stocks, they don't short Walmart, they don't short Home Depot, they don't short the great companies, Johnson & Johnson. They short stocks down from 80 to 7. They'd like to short it at 16 or 22, but they figured out at 7 that this company is going to go to 0. They just haven't blown taps on this thing yet. It's going to 0. And they're selling it short at 7, they're selling it short at 6, at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2, at 1 1/4. And you know to sell something short, you need a buyer. Somebody has to buy the damn thing. And you wonder, who's buying this thing? It's these people saying it's 3. How much lower can it go? You know,